Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, gals and guys. In this edition of My Media Helpers Entertainment Online, we'll take a peek at merry and bright films that are streaming through the jolly bandwidth near you. Each video I will jump on a different streaming service to give you my best picks as to what flicks to check out this 2021 holiday season. There are so many movies on these streaming services, it's hard to determine what's worth watching. I want to recommend some of my personal favorites. The films I present to you aren't necessarily award winners by any stretch of the imagination. These are solid films, and they're certainly worth a watch during the festive season. I should also mention some of these streaming services offer the same movies, so I won't be covering the same ones twice, and you may be able to get a review of one movie that's playing on another video service. So make sure you check out all my review videos for the holiday season, please, and thank you. For today's picks, we're going to explore my top 5 of what Vudu has to offer in no particular order. I did break my rule here and added a Hallmark movie. Actually, there's a couple Hallmark movies scattered around these reviews. All Hallmark movies aren't that bad. Let me rephrase that. All Hallmark movies aren't bad, just most of them. Let me start by saying most of these Vudu Christmas movies are terrible. They're schlock. I went through and watched a good amount of them in the past month, but no fear, my Christmas-loving friends. I did find 5 that I believe are worth your time. It's a wide variety this time, so if you love all movies and are open-minded to new ideas, I think you will enjoy them. It was difficult choosing 5 films out of all this, but I managed to find something worthwhile to watch. I hope you enjoy, and let's get to it. Do it, shall we? To it, damn it, to it. Let's get to it. The Tunnel is a 2019 film. During the Cannon Awards of 2019, the film won Audience Award and was also nominated in the category of Best Producer and Best Sound Design. During the Amanda Awards of 2020, Ingvild Holeth Bygnes, I have no idea how you pronounce that, sorry, won the class for the Best Supporting Actress for the film. I'm not sure what those awards are. I'm sure they're some Danish award or something like that. Based on the real-life incident, the story follows what happens when a tanker truck collides and catches on fire in a tunnel. Families and tourists are trapped as a blizzard outside makes it hard for first responders to get to the scene. When a truck crashes inside a tunnel, people on their way home for Christmas are brutally trapped in a deadly fire, with blizzard raging outside and the first responders struggling to get to the accident. It's every man for himself. The Tunnel is certainly not your average Christmas film. This would rank right up there with what they would call a disaster genre, I suppose. It certainly isn't a feel-good Christmas movie. The very fact that it's something different makes it that more appealing among a lot of the same this holiday season. But technically, it's after Christmas as I put this video together, so give it a go for the remainder of your year. Bitter Melon is an independent 2018 American dark comedy film directed by H.P. Mendoza. It debuted at 2018 San Francisco International Asian American Film Festival and was released theatrically by ABC-CBN on December 7th of 2018 and home video by Gravitas Ventures, on October 1st of 2019. The film follows Declan as he returns to his hometown of San Francisco for Christmas, only to realize that his second oldest brother, Troy, has been ruling the house with fear, physically abusing his wife, Shelley, and emotionally abusing his mother and daughter, Minna. When oldest brother Mo arrives to complete the Christmas reunion, the festivities begin as the extended family shows up and the big Filipino Christmas can begin. But when cousin Tiva offers domestic violence support to the withdrawn Shelley, abusive Troy finds out and assaults Shelley for Declan and Mo to find when they get home. The next day, Declan and Mo are disturbed to discover that everyone in the house acts as if nothing has happened, even as Shelley nurses a bruised face. This leads Declan to propose a radical idea to the family to kill Troy. The screenplay was based on Mendoza's experiences with physical abuse in his nuclear family as well as extended family, originally written in 1997 under the title He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother, based on the song by the Hollies. On December 11th of 2019, Bitter Melon was named one of the 20 best Bay Area movies of the decade by the Mercury News after having been placed on numerous best of 2018 lists. Is this the kind of film people want to watch around the holidays? My place is not to make that call, but to share holiday-themed films I feel are worth watching. This is very well written and at times uncomfortably funny. It tackles some difficult themes, so not going to be everyone's taste. With a million Hallmark movies out there, and if you watch these videos, you know how I feel about those. This is a nice change of pace. Hallmark movies are a dime a dozen. Bitter Melon isn't, so I highly recommend this film for someone looking for something a lot different. The Oranges is a 2011 American romantic comedy drama directed by Julian Farino and starring Hugh Laurie, Leighton Meester, Catherine Keener, Oliver Platt, Allison Janney, Elia Shawcott, and Adam Brody. I'm sure I messed up names as I always do. The film chronicles how two families deal with a scandal involving a married man and his friend's daughter. Set in the Oranges area of Essex County, New Jersey, The Oranges was primarily filmed in New Rochelle, New York. It premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival on September 10th of 2011 and was released in the United States on October 5th, 2012 by ATO Pictures. The film received mixed reviews upon its release. The script, written by Jay Reese and Ian Helfer, appeared on 2008's blacklist of Best Unproduced Work. That list also featured The Beaver and Inglourious Bastards. Rice and Helfer wrote the spec script, which is inspired by a story that they heard from friends during the Writers Guild of America strike. The film marks Julian Farino's debut as motion picture director. He had previously directed episodes of Entourage. Richard Gere's agent Ed Lamato called Farino to tell him Gere was interested in the script, but Farino wanted only Hugh Laurie to play the role of David because he had that innate decency that could carry this thing. On February 8th of 2010, Laurie was reported to be in talks to play his first feature lead role. Leighton Meester and Mila Kunis were also said to join the cast as his love interest. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has a 31% approval rated based on 78 reviews. With an average rating of 4.9 out of 10, the site's consensus is despite the efforts of its accomplished cast, The Oranges suffers from mediocre script that fails to deliver well-rounded characters, dramatic tension, or sufficient laughs. On the Metacritic, it has a Wade score of 46 out of 100 based on 23 critics, indicating mixed or average reviews, and I can't disagree with those reviews there. The film will never be a holiday classic. It is competent to the fact it told a cohesive story with a constant narrative. It was far better than most of the films that I watched on Vudu. Vudu really needs to up their game on their free content, especially in holiday features. That's my go-to place to purchase streaming films, and used to be a great place for free content as well. It seems lately they've dipped in their game. There's so many other services now that have overshadowed them. So anyways, try The Oranges this holiday. It's not overly terrible. It is a Christmas film, and it's one of the better ones on Vudu. Tangerine is a 2015 American comedy drama film directed by Sean Baker and written by Baker and Chris Burgach, starring Katina, Kiki Rodriguez, Maya Taylor, and James Ranson. The story follows a transgender sex worker who discovers her boyfriend and pimp has been cheating on her. The film was shot with 3 iPhone 5S smartphones, which is very interesting to me. Tangerine premiered at the 2015 Sundance Film Festival on January 23rd of 2015. It had a limited release on July 10th of 2015 through Magnolia Pictures, and it received critical acclaim for its screenplay, direction, performance, and portrayal of transgender individuals. Principal photography for Tangerine took place in Hollywood, California, including West Hollywood Clubs and Santa Monica Boulevard on Christmas Eve 2013, and wrapped on January 18th of 2014. After viewing iPhone experiments on Vimeo, Baker and Radium Shang, not sure how to pronounce that, shot the film using 3 iPhone 5S smartphones. The money saved on camera equipment and was used to pay for shooting locations and to pay extras. They used the Filmic Pro app, a video app, to control focus, aperture, and color temperatures, as well as capture video clips at higher bit rates. Interesting. And an anamorphic adapter from Moondog Labs to capture widescreen. They also used Tiffen's Steadicam Smoothie to capture smooth moving shots. So some interesting things to go look for if you're a budding filmmaker. Anyways, Baker was able to get some of the kits for free after reaching out to Moondog Labs, whose anamorphic, Jesus, I can't say that, anamorphic adapters were still in their prototype stage on Kickstarter. They sent him 3. He had informed that he was working with Mark Duplass on the project, and it would let us shoot the way Sergio Leone would shoot his westerns. Review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes reports that 96% of 156 survey film critics gave the film positive review. The average rating of 7.90 out of 10. The site's consensus reads, Tangerine shatters casting conventions and its filming techniques are up to the minute, but it's an old-fashioned comedy at heart, and a pretty wonderful one at that. And the story behind this movie's making and release is just as interesting as the movie itself, in my opinion. It also proves that with a smart script, good acting, and stretching out the best of your production values based on what you have available to produce, you can produce something of quality. You don't need a gazillion-dollar budget to make a good movie. The movie is great, in my opinion. I know little, if nothing, about the transgender community, and that's the beauty of film, is to entertain and even educate on things you may not know. And I would highly recommend this for a watch during the holiday season, or any time, really. The Most Wonderful Time of Year is a 2008 American made-for-television Christmas film directed by Michael Scott. I'm going to read the basic synopsis, and you're going to know exactly what channel this film played on. Ralph is a retired police officer who has worked as a New York cop for over 38 years. He plans on visiting his niece Jennifer in Naperville, Illinois for the holidays. Jennifer is a successful businesswoman and a single mother of her young son Brian. She grew up all her life mostly at Ralph's, as her mother was constantly traveling and her father died when she was very young. Since then, she's lost her Christmas spirit. At the airport, Ralph does not know where to go to check in for his flight and is helped by a co-traveler, Morgan Derby, a 30-year-old chef with a carefree spirit. When it turns out his second flight to Denver is canceled, Ralph invites Morgan to stay at Jennifer's house. Okay, if this doesn't give it away, this next paragraph, nothing will. Although Jennifer is initially reluctant to take in Morgan, Ralph convinces her to allow it since Morgan is a chef. Of course, he's a chef, and she needs help cooking a turkey. Morgan and Jennifer soon realize that they are two completely different people, of course. Jennifer is irritated by Morgan's careless and adventurous behavior, and Morgan feels that Jennifer is a cynical control freak, of course, which is mostly the result of being deserted by Brian's father in dating the successful but materialistic businessman Richard Wyndham. Ralph, however, feels that Jennifer and Morgan are perfect for each other and tries to prevent Jennifer from sending Morgan away. Yes, this is a Hallmark movie, and not only is it a Hallmark movie, it's a pretty well-written Hallmark movie, which I'm surprised to say. But I wouldn't even consider watching if it wasn't for Henry Winkler, who sold the film, diving deep into his character. I mean, he's playing Henry Winkler, but he does it well. He plays himself well, I guess. He is the Fonz, after all. I do give Hallmark movies a bad rap, and most of the time they probably deserve it, but although this has tropes of every Hallmark Christmas movie ever, it's saved by a better-than-normal script and excellent performance from Winkler, so check it out this holiday season. It's pretty good. And that's it this time out, gals and guys. I just wanted to jump on in because I will be posting this on Christmas Eve. Hope you had a Merry Christmas if you celebrate that. And I wish you a Happy New Year. And I do have 2 more of these to get up. If I get them up before the New Year, who the hell knows. But have a good New Year, and I will catch you next time.